what do you make of the tone, this new tone of Mitt Romney's? I mean, he's been sort of amping up his talk against Obama in the last couple of days, but he really seems to have turned a corner now.
You know, this is a really good speech, partly because it was before a lot of journalists. There was no applause. He just got to deliver it straight. It didn't have all the kind of pump the crowd up elements. It also introduced a number of, I think, really interesting elements that could be good for Romney. I mean, he's now trying to portray, now that he's moving very much directly against Obama in a general election setting, trying to portray Obama as the inconstant one, the fickle one, the one who you can never quite trust what his positions might be, which of course is something that Romney himself has had to fight against. So he had Obama intends to do, what does Obama intend to do differently once he is no longer accountable to the voters, playing off this whole hot mic incident with the Russian president, very much so. And then also saying, as president, Obama has done this and that. Now that he's a candidate, he's saying he's going to do this and that. So he talked in 3 different instances about President Obama, contrasting him against candidate Obama, which actually makes for an interesting new element.
What do you think about the timing of him saying this to members of the media as we sort of head now more toward the general election type of rhetoric? I mean, he really challenged the media there to look into Obama, to look into his, quote, intent on hiding, I think was his actual wording. What do you make of that?
Well, it's a perfect moment for him. I mean, he came off his wins last night. He's going to head later today to Pennsylvania. It's going to be kind of all eyes on what could be the final race in many ways there. But this allows him to come to Washington, talk to a lot of the opinion formers, the opinion distributors, I guess we might call ourselves. And he did it in a really interesting way. There was a very worthwhile line, I think, to note. At the end, he said, this shows how much he's really moving on to a general election setting. He said, "This November, we will face a defining decision. Our choice will not be one of party or personality, but one of principle. Freedom and opportunity will be on the ballot." Of course, he's presenting himself as the candidate of freedom and opportunity, but it shows how much he's already moving towards November.